Okay, ready?
Oh, wait. I don't know how to edit that. I'm just kidding. Okay. You count.
Start over. Just start over.
I did, but I don't know if it erased. Hold on. I cannot get this. I like something.
You're good. Now you're blue. What did you do? Now you're all blue. You're all, well, you look like you're in different lighting now. I mean, you got blue light now. You were in gray, so now you're blue. They think you changed your shirt.
All right.
I'm yellow. You're blue.
How's that?
Well, did you change your filter?
I didn't change anything.
Oh.
Weird though, huh?
Maybe I should just sit back and relax. I'm gonna put my feet up.
Bad?
Hmm?
Does it look bad though?
Do you see my Caesar salad in the background?
What?
Do you see my Caesar salad in the background?
Okay.
Bring put this down.
Hey, you see this? Is that right there?
Yeah. What's that?
That's my ordained ship. I'm ordained.
Oh yes, she's gonna be doing her weddings.
So I can marry
yacht. You're gonna do your weddings on the yacht.
Now you're looking all like cute and sexy.
I'm ready for friends now. Let's go.
What? I need something. Hold on. This is not good. Maybe I'll back up. Hold on.
I got my feet up. You know, my neck was really bothering me before all this wine earlier, but it feels pretty good.
Tomorrow's gonna suck, but it's fine. I'm gonna lift this up tomorrow.
The girls at work are like, "What's happening with the podcast?"
Yeah, they want to know about it.
Yeah, they're not gonna watch. I don't know.
There's nothing to watch. They need to listen.
Yeah.
I cannot get this worse.
Just go down. You gotta go. See where my head's like at the top. There you go. Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah.
And then what about the light? On me, off
me. Go on and sit back. Let me see. Go on and sit back.
On and sit back.
Yeah, because it's not going to be right in your face like that when you sit back.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Oh, that looks good. That's good light right there. Let's try this.
Do I need more dew?
How about these glasses? Maybe I don't even need the glasses. Maybe I could just, I'm not really need to, I can't even see you. You're a little bit blurry.
I'm blurry. Oh, because you took the glasses off. See that?
Yeah. It's fine. It's good. I wish you could see the sky right now. It's blue. The clouds are all puffy and orange. It's pretty. Oh, that's your thing? Roller? I could use a tweezer about right here.
I taught Driver how to get the tweezers.
You did.
That one. There's always just one.
One, yes. And you can't see it. That's
love.
That is love.
I think he kind of likes it.
I'm sure he does. Maybe he'll be a stylist or whatever. Are we ready? Nobody's looking at us. I don't know why we're doing this.
Oh,
what we got now? We got a note?
Yes, look.
Oh, well, let me get my glasses back on now. Oh, I love you. Get ready for bed. Oh, that's sweet.
I love you.
Love you, honey. We're doing amazing. We're doing a good job.
We are doing good.
I can hear you laughing out there.
Oh.
We're gonna do one. We're gonna
one more.
We're done.
Okay.
I love you. We should record this.
Yes.
Oh, look, the logo.
Honeymoon? What's it say?
Honeymoon. Business logo.
Oh, that's good.
That just cracks me up.
It's cute. Here, let's take a picture of it.
The heart.
Get it up there. So cute. Okay. Can't see it. Can't see. You just see paper. Wait, let me try it again and put the.
What about all that like that?
No, not at all now. Put it back up. I just have to put it on that. There, now I can see it. Hold on. I want my picture. Can you get it? Yep. There. Okay, 1, 2, 3. There. Cute. When my eyes are closed. Stupid.
Did you get that? You were just getting the note.
I got the note. My eyes. I'm like this.
It's about the note.
Okay.
Like, I got it.
I did get the note.
I used to do all the time.
Hmm?
You're like, I got the laugh. He said he can hear us laughing downstairs.
And downstairs. Oof. And you're up high. I mean, that's a long ways away.
Where should I put that?
Where your note? You should put it right under the rainbow. See your little no over here on the shelf. I'm pointing. Put it right here, Kristal. See that? Yeah. See that? Put it on the shelf right there, underneath that rainbow. No, like under the rainbow.
It's not a thing. See?
What do you mean? That's a shelf.
Oh, you want it laying down? But you
No,
can't
I want it. No, just lay. Yeah, like that. But can't you do it closer this way to the camera? Yeah, yeah. Better there. Yeah, that's what I meant. There you go. There, that's nice.
That was sweet.
That was.
Okay. Lighting's good.
Yeah.
We're all good.
Mm-hmm. We're all
Let's do
good. We ready?
Yeah.
Okay. I got the Friends music going. Ready?
You gonna count down? Hold on. You didn't count down.
Okay, sorry. Let me go back. Okay. All right. I'm gonna count it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey friends, welcome to episode 3 of the Growing Pains podcast. I'm Kristal, the co-host, and my partner in crime is Sandi. Today we want to talk to you about leading by example. Let's dig in. Oh, so what does leading by example mean? Like the definition. So I looked it up. And it is creating a picture of expectations. What does that mean to us? Well, I will tell you. I'll tell you a little story. So I have 4th grade 9-year-old triplet boys, and in 3rd grade. So this is last year, 3rd grade, when the pandemic hit, they came home for spring break and they never went back to school. What this did was
make you crazy.
Yeah. It threw me into a survivor mode. I don't even know how to explain it. So they started out with, they'll come back Tuesday. They'll come back Wednesday. You know what? Just stay home. And so our school district anyway, we were not prepared for this. We didn't have, every kid didn't have a Chromebook. We didn't have laptops. And I have 9-year-old triplets. Like I don't have 3 at the time. Santa brought them some iPads, but we didn't have 3 iPads. And even if we did, I couldn't get them all charged in one room because the room I was using for homeschool I had 2 outlets.
And I homeschool? You're now homeschooling in a matter of weeks, right?
Yeah.
A week. Yeah. Now I'm gonna homeschool.
Yeah. They said, don't send them back. You're in charge now. And here's the criteria we need them to meet by the end of the year. Okay. Well, I am not qualified to teach 3rd grade math. Let's get real. The math is what. And also the system that they used at the time. It has gotten a little bit better, but at this time, everyone was just kind of in survivor mode. Everybody was just like throwing stuff at the wall to see what would stick. That's how I felt. So I went with the whole credentials. I went with everything. I was checking boxes off the list for the first 2 weeks. And when they finally made the call that they're not going to come back, they would be that this is how it would be to the end of the school year. I decided, okay, you know what? I'm done with this. I will get them what they need. We will check off the boxes for as far as the subjects, the reading, the math, whatever, but we're going to do it our way. We're going to do it my way because it was so stressful. And part of it was just a very crazy time. We were scared. We didn't know what was going on. My husband is considered essential worker, so there was no he wasn't home to help. I mean, he had to work. He there was no quarantine for him. He never stopped working. He never not went into work. So then it was me with these 3 third graders at the time that had to homeschool them, which was scary and also frustrating. Plus, I was running a business that was doing really well. So I was really about to lose it. So I decided, okay, if we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We're going to do this how I know I can do it, which means we're going to get creative because that's what I do. In my heart and my soul, I always will create. I can create anything. I can create a story around anything. I can create an adventure around anything. So I decided to keep us focused, keep us on track, keep us entertained and excited about this, spending however many hours a day doing schoolwork, we would create a newspaper. So we called it, I had one of the boys, Ryder did the drawing for the logo, and we created the news trip. And I had them pick a subject for each week. We did one per week. So say, I think 1 week Cruz picked dinosaurs. And so for every subject, we did it for dinosaurs. So if it was a math question, we did it based off, we just replaced some words with dinosaurs. For PE, I had him come up with how dinosaurs would exercise. Because I think the PE stuff was like do 25 jumping jack, whatever it was, just to move your body. And so I had them create a way that their subject would do it, which got them really into it. And then
And now they're researching dinosaurs.
And now we're researching. And now we're all engaged and we're all doing the same thing. And then I printed it full color. I would print these papers and then we would go around and deliver them. We had some teachers that said, I'll take one. We had some friends. And then we would just go around on Friday. We'd go get donuts and then we'd go deliver these newspapers around to our friends. And that's how we did that homeschool season, which that may not be for everybody. I don't know. But that's how I could do it because I needed to stay engaged. I needed it to be creative. I couldn't just sit. I couldn't let all of us just sit in front of a screen. And literally those screens led you to YouTube videos. And I didn't want just YouTube to, do the whole school. So that's how we did it. And at the end of that, we learned a lot about each other. I learned a lot about how the boys interact with each other during school time. I learned that Ryder is a really good little artist. Like he will draw. He drew. I need to share some pictures from our newspaper days. He drew all the graphics for it, and then Cruz did he looked up all the facts and all the stuff that we incorporated in it. It was really fun. It took a little bit of, it was kind of time consuming to get it all, edited and together. And I have a little bit of dyslexia, so getting it front back printed was kind of a struggle for me. But we did it. And I'll tell you that those boys learned a lot about their mom, but their mom learned a lot about herself. I have pivoted a lot in my life. I've moved. I've stepped out on faith 101 times without any kind of net. But this time, I was really apprehensive about the whole, I'm not a teacher. And I didn't want to mess them up. I didn't want to mess the boys up and their school up. But I learned a lot about myself, and I learned that they watched me. They watched how I handled this, because everyone around us was just, they were pulling covers over their head. I mean, anyone we talked to, and we got to where we didn't even turn on the TV, because, we were all there. Every time you turned on the news, it was just catastrophic. It was just,
Mm-hmm.
every time they turned around, these poor kids were just like, what is happening? All the adults in my life, everyone that I know, everyone that I think is going to figure everything out, is pulling the covers over their head, and they don't know what to do, unless you were a first responder, or they saw those guys working, going in, but everything else was shutting down. And it's really hard to explain why things are shutting down. I'm not saying that anyone they didn't choose to shut down, but it was just a piece of their life that they were like, okay, this shut down, but mom said, okay, we still have to get this done. Education still continues. You can't stop that. So we're going to do this how we can do it and be okay with it. And it was really good for them to see that, I think. Also, it was really good for me to see that for myself. So they witnessed a lot of that, and they knew we were frustrated. They knew we were scared, but they also knew we were working our tails off to figure it out, to figure out how we could get this done in a way that we needed to get it done. You got to get it done. I think that was a big thing. And when I started this lead by example topic, I really was going to go in a different direction, but it kind of dawned on me that the pandemic we're just now coming out of, there probably were some other parents that were a little shell shocked by the whole homeschool situation. So I just was bombarded with conviction that these moms need to know, or dads, that those kids watched how they handled it, and they got it done. Every parent I know, I mean, we buckled up and we just got this school done without any experience. We don't know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
But the kids watched. The kids saw us do this, and we got it done. And I think there's something to be said for them to see you scared and frustrated, but still just getting your shit done, really.
Mm-hmm. I agree. I think that the pandemic especially was an opportunity for our kids to watch us, because the whole world was in crisis, the whole world. And
Right.
so they saw, I mean, kind of like in generations past where we had world wars and things like that. So those kids watched their parents, but our kids and myself growing up, I really didn't have a lot of that. We haven't had it in the recent past. So this was an opportunity for our kids to watch and see how everybody handled stress, and how everybody handled what are we going to do? Nobody knows what to do. So we're going to figure it out. We're going to figure out what we can do, what's going to work for us. There was no guidebooks on how to handle a pandemic like that.
But the watching
Yes.
us figure it out.
Yeah.
That's where the parenting comes in. The watching you.
Yeah, and I look back to other times in our life where we have had trials and tribulations, and our kids do watch. They watch how you handle it, and if you stick together as a couple, or if you fight each other, they watch that. If you just, like you said, pull the covers over your head, or do you go face it? And sometimes you have to pull the covers over your head for a little while.
And I will say all day long, we can all have a pity party. Party.
Have your pity party. You've got to have a pity party.
And living there. That's the problem.
Then you gotta go, okay, what are we gonna do now? What are we gonna do now? And that's where you dig down and you go, okay, I might need some help. So you reach out to whoever you can think of that can help you. Or I say a lot of prayer, because I feel like when I pray, God knows what I need, but I don't know what I need a lot of the times. And
for sure.
My kids, I know that we've several times, they've had things come up where I don't even know how to help them. But I say, you know what we're going to do? We're going to sit down and we're going to pray, because I don't know how to help this. I don't know how to figure it out, but God does. And guess what? God always comes through every single time. He brings somebody in, whether it's a diesel angel when you're trying to figure out your diesel truck, or what happens to Mickey. This is my son Mickey.
I heard that when his car got stolen, his truck got stolen.
No, and he's he bought this truck and he was trying to fix it himself, and he had it torn apart in the front yard, the circle, and he didn't know what to do. He was over his head and he cut some line, and he was just mortified. He's a little 19-year-old little punk, and he's crying because he can't figure out how to fix his truck, right? And so he's throwing tools, and I'm like, okay, let's just sit down. We're just gonna pray about it, because I don't know how to fix it, but God does. So, and then he went out, and Neil said, we're gonna put it away today. And they went out there and they're picking up the tools, and he's just dejected. And let alone this little guy comes on a scooter, and he's got his dog in the little basket in front of it, and his name is Joe, and he was a diesel mechanic. And he comes, oh, hey, I saw your hood up. What's going on? We've lived here for 2 years. We've never seen the guy, but he comes up, right when we need him. And he worked with Mickey, and they got that thing fixed within a couple days. And it was, it's just, everything's figure outable. We'll figure it out. But
sometimes we all need a Joe. We need a diesel Joe.
Right. Yeah. And that's the thing. We don't know who that is, but God does. And if we have faith, and if we just keep going forward, you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going, and it will work out. There's nothing, if you look past in your life, there's nothing that didn't work out some way or another. Maybe not the way you wanted, but it's going to work out. Right?
Yeah, for sure. I read a quote this week, and I'm not going to say this exactly right. Forgive me, but it was something like, "Don't question the system that made you doubt yourself. Don't question your ability to do whatever you're going to do. Question the system that made you doubt your ability."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's just you just look around. I mean, everyone's just like, oh, I can't do it, and I can't figure this out. And they just pull the covers up. And they're just like,
and they throw their hands up, and they just give up. No, you can't give up. You can't give up, because then you don't get to see the fruit.
Yeah. And how long would you give up? How long does that go? I don't know.
Everything's different.
And there's been a lot of times I wanted to just be like, this is freaking hard. Like, just forget it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But like every other.
You know what? I remember when we were going through all the trouble in Ruidoso, and it was so hard, and I remember you saying, God is a 11th hour God, and I thought about it, and I'm like, yeah, that's the truth. He waits and he waits and he waits until you think you're just going to break. You can't take any more. And I think sometimes, why does he do that? Well, I think he does that because he's working things out in you in the process. He's testing your faith, and he's pulling you like a rubber band, and stretching you, and stretching your faith, and making you grow and lean on other things that you would never lean on if it was an immediate fix. And teaching you that you're not alone, and you have other people to lift you up, even though you don't want it. Maybe you don't want that help, but guess what? Sometimes we need it. And it's an amazing thing to see other people come around and help you through things.
Yeah, for sure. And I still say that. I still say 11th hour God all the time. Especially, that's part of the boys' birth story, actually, because I pray, because their birthday is this week. So that's why we're all in birthday thought mentality. But part of their birth story is I prayed for May babies, because the other two are June and July. And so I prayed for them to be May, because I just didn't want, just my own stupid selfish reasons. I wanted everybody to have their own month, and I didn't want to because I had to share birthdays. So I didn't want anything overshadowing. They're already triplets there to share everything. And so I would pray for May babies. Just let's do May. I really would like May. You're fine. And May 31st. And I'm always like, and then 11th hour God said, okay.
Okay. I'm going to make you wait.
Last day, I say, this is what we're going to do. I also prayed for my water to break, which is a real dumb prayer to pray. Don't do that one because that happened. But anyway, that's another story for a different time. But yeah, I still say that all the time. 11th hour God. But this lead by example. I want parents to know. I want them to understand. I think parents know, but I want them to really grasp that these kids are watching. They watch how you handle everything and how you talk to people, your spouse, to other kids, to your friend, to yourself. They hear how you talk, how you treat yourself. Do you know? So I am true an entrepreneur. I've always been an entrepreneur, really. This last few months, the boys have been really into wanting to start their own business. Like, Driver has a business plan. He has a website he wants to design. They want to start their own business. And the only thing where does that come from? I don't know. I think because both of us are self-employed. We run our own business. So that, it can be good, it can be bad. We don't know until we get to the end, but they're watching. They're watching everything. And I want them to see and know and believe that when the world comes knocking, and it comes knocking, that we will figure it out. We'll figure it out. That's all I can say. Time and time again, we'll be okay. We'll figure it out. I've already been through a whole hell of a lot of crashing and liquidations and loss and bankruptcy and all the stuff. So if it's material things we're stressed about, that's not me. That's not my game. So I hate when I hear that that's the biggest stress in a family or in parents, that they're just so stressed out about everything and they're just constantly, just in turmoil. I was like, those kids are just watching you just spin your wheels. They're just spinning. And I hate that for them.
Well, and I think that the kids, they need to see. I think that it's important for them to know that we're vulnerable, but yet if we show them to have faith, and they're kids and they can only hold so much. I think that it's important to let them know, times are tough right now, but we're going to get through this. And really just the core of your family and the love that you share, that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing that you have. And
showing up. Consistency. So again, if you lead by example, it can be as far as, I want to drink the water I'm supposed to drink today. I know my boys watch me. I know Ryder wants a new water bottle that tells the time on what he wants to drink.
Yeah, I've seen those. Couple of my coworkers have those. Yeah.
So all of it. Consistency, showing up. However you want them to think and be and live is how we need to be thinking, living, and being right now. It's really hard to preach. You should do this, this, and this when we are not doing this, this, and this. That's really hard.
I think when we were talking about this, you had mentioned that just one of the things that we can do to help our kids is, if we want our kids to stop yelling, you said, don't yell back at them,
My biggest pet peeve. I hear it all the time. I hear parents yell to their kids to stop. I hear it at the park. I hear it they're like, stop. Did you yell? Stop yelling. And I'm always like, you hear yourself, right?
And in the classroom, I work in a school, and in the classroom, the way you get kids' attention if you
Mhm.
start talking slow and low.
Yeah.
That's how you get their attention. Because then they're like, wait, what did she say? What?
And then they think, is that a secret? Am I
Hmm.
supposed-
Yeah.
what do
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I hate that. They yell. Stop yelling.
Well, we've all done things we aren't proud of, but
Oh,
yeah, yeah.
but
But
I will make myself
that
get up and walk down the hall and say, hey, you guys, you're being a little, loud or whatever they are, because
mhm.
it's a slumber party every day. People ask me all the time, what is it like having children? That's my number one thing I will tell you. It's like having a slumber party every day. Imagine if you had two of your best friends over all the time.
All the time. All the time. And what happens when they want to like each have a friend over? Have you gotten there yet?
No.
No,
Well, play dates, but not a sleepover. No.
not a sleep. You haven't had any sleepovers yet.
They don't really do. People don't really do sleepovers anymore unless it's family.
Well, no, because COVID for sure. But
Yeah.
In a couple years, I'm sure that's going to be
Wow.
a thing.
I don't know. We'll cross that. I mean, I'm gonna just let you in on a little secret. I don't know anything that I'm doing with. There's no book. And
Why don't you write one? Because I feel like there should be a book.
in case you're wondering, these triplets were spontaneous, which means there was no in vitro, there's no IVF. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but that's number two question. Number one is always, what is it like living with triplets? Number two is, were they natural? Which all my friends that did IVF hate that question because they always say, it's not. What is a natural baby? What does that even mean? So that's not even don't say that. Just PS. Don't say that to anyone that has multiples because that's not very polite. So they are spontaneous and they are all fraternal. So they are mentally exactly the same, but they are physically not. And there's just three of them. You just got three. It's a slumber party.
You just have 3 babies all at one time, 3 10-year-olds all at one time.
Yeah, which is amazing.
Boys, all boys. It's a lot of testosterone.
Let me just tell you the feet smell that happens in this house.
Wait 2 more years. Oof.
Yeah. Well, we already have deodorant talk because I mean, And I remember when Carson it is about 4th grade. I was like, oh, son, we gotta get this together. But we got off on the tangent. Sorry. So lead by example. That's my that's my story. The pandemic homeschool. That's how we did it. And I want to share. I'll get some pictures of the newspaper.
Yeah, that's fun. That's something that they're going to remember, and that's that's probably the beginning of their little entrepreneurship, and how they're wanting to, and they're watching you do it, and they watch their dad, and it's going to be interesting to see where they go and what they follow. But they do follow that you're chasing after dreams, and that's a really good thing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think it's also good for them to see the downfalls also. I mean, they do. I'm not saying they need to know, they need to think that everything is hunky-dory and you're great. They also need to see, I feel like, this sucks sometimes.
Well, what our boys, when they
together.
Yeah, when their dad lost his job, and we had to go through that, our boys watched that. And you know what else they watched? They watched a church and friends like you guys come alongside us and sustain us and help us and give us money to get back home. They saw all of that. And people pray for us, and just the good that people around us were to us. And that's deep down in their core, they saw that, and they saw how we had to, nobody wants to accept help, but
right.
we got to experience it in a way that it was loving and we were cared for. And then we were able to accept it and then, do that for other people too. So it was a really good thing for them to experience. Came here, they lived a different life before that all happened. And then we came here and we were we didn't have a job. We were living with my sister. We lived in a,
We both start every story like this. We didn't have a job.
we didn't have a job. We had
an idea.
We lived between my sister's house, who she had 5 in her house already, and she went to 10 in a little 1,800 square foot home. And then we lived on the weekends to give them a break. We lived with my mother-in-law, and it just was, we did that for 4 months. 4 months we did that.
Pretty epic though.
Yes, she is. Yeah, I have an amazing mother-in-law. Yes. Yeah.
She's the
So
one that named us the Dust Dollies back in the day.
she named it?
Yeah, she came up with that.
She did?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
I remember we were going back and forth, and then you said, "Oh, Lois said
The Dust Dollies."
And
oh yeah, that was a good name.
good name, still going.
Going.
Well,
I still triangle my toilet paper when I have guests over.
I saw a commercial not too long ago that has scented toilet paper rolls.
Yes. Mm.
So I love a good. We always end up back in the bathroom, but the triangle of the toilet paper roll is epic. If you don't do it, YouTube how to do it and start doing it. It will change your life.
Yeah.
And every time we have people over there, they will come out of the bathroom and say, "Did you triangle the toilet paper?"
Yes, I did for you.
It's only one time. You get it one time though.
One time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going back in every time somebody goes to the bathroom.
Yes. YouTube it and then start doing it. Just do it.
Just do it.
One of the last things I always say that I think is helpful for this topic is I always tell my kids, how do you eat an elephant? You eat it one bite at a time.
One bite at a time.
That's how we get through these things. One bite at a time, one village at a time.
One step at a time. Yep. One podcast at a time.
One podcast. So I think unless you have anything else on leading by example, do you?
Oh, we could go on for days, but I think that we got the meat of it. So anyways, until next time, friends.
Thank you. Have a great week.
All right. Bye.
We got to work on our ending. You're very dark.
I know, because the light, I didn't have time to go get, well, luckily it's not a,
I know, but you can't turn on the